Hello, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Astromind Wellness. So, in this particular video, I want to solve an astrological situation which is a bit mathematical in nature because it again falls in the category in that topic and subject of mathematical astrology. Now, what the situation is, let me first unfold it to all of you. Uh, I want to calculate the ascendant rising for an individual with a particular birth detail. Now, I have created a video in detail in my Learning Vedic Astrology series where I have taught you all, I have shared my knowledge on how you can calculate the ascendant rising for an individual. I have shown that calculation for both the northern as well as the southern latitudes. Now that is the same situation. The calculation is the same. The situation is the same where I need to calculate the ascendant rising for an individual who has a particular birth detail. Now what that specificity of that situation is that is why I am creating this particular video, and that too today's video will be absolutely in detail where I will explain each and everything step by step. The specificity is, coming back to the specificity is, now the individual is born at a particular city whose details are not mentioned in the table of ascendant. Now I had already discussed each and every of these details, that we use the table of ascendant if you want to just figure out and find out that for a particular place what is the latitude, all right, what is the longitude, okay, what is the local LMT correction, okay, or the local time correction, LMT from IST correction, and we also get the value of the correction to the Indian sidereal time, which is the correction for the place. We had been picking up the values from the table of ascendant, but now here is the situation. Now let me now start our today's problem, okay, and that's why what the video today will be all about. So the individual, now these are all hypothetical detail, but I am trying to make you all understand about a particular specific situation where you cannot be only reliant on the table of ascendant. You need to know certain calculations, you need to do certain calculations manually, which will be over and above the steps which you had already learned from my class 68 and from my class 69. This will be something beyond that, and that is the reason why again I'm taking and I'm creating today's video. Okay, now the details are the date of birth. Remember, please note, these are hypothetical details. I have just taken some random details, hypothetical, but my objective is to make you all understand and learn the process. So whenever an individual will come to you with and you have the same situation, how you will be going about in order to calculate the ascendant rising, that is if you are doing it manually. And I always suggest to all the practitioners of Vedic astrology, if you want to be a thorough, a very good and a proper practitioner of Jyotish, you have to do all of these calculations manually. You cannot be reliant on a particular astrological software to do each and everything for you. This is where you differentiate yourself from a typical and from that Vedic astrologer who are dependent thoroughly on astrological software, and they might not be having the knowledge, the correct and the accurate knowledge on how to arrive at the data, how to arrive at the facts and figures manually, what the astrological software is reflecting. And you do all of these things manually, you learn all of these things, because there can be definitely situation where the astrological software can give you faulty data, or there might be certain technical snags, certain technical mishaps because of which you might be unable at a particular moment of time to use a particular astrological software. So in all of those situations, it is your knowledge, your calculation, your ability, your proficiency as a Vedic astrologer that will absolutely, take a shape, and that will come in handy in order to do a particular horoscope analysis from the very, very beginning, from the scratch, where you are arriving at each and every detail by calculating manually that much amount of hard work that you are putting. And that is how an astrologer should proceed with his or her work. Okay, hard work and dedication is required. Okay, now coming back to the particular topic. Okay, now the date of birth is 17th October 2001. I have taken. The time of birth is 2:21 p.m. IST. I have written 14:21 IST. The place of birth is BACHELI, Chhattisgarh. Now, BACHELI, Chhattisgarh, you will not find this particular city in the table of ascendants. Alright. You will not be even finding this particular details in the ephemeris also. So you can, typically all of these details, like especially the places, the particular place, whether it is a Indian place or a foreign place, like whether it's an Indian birth or a foreign place's birth, you will find the details either from the TOA that you're looking right now in front of your screen, or you can also find the details from the ephemeris. This is the 2024. I have the 2025 also. Okay, and I also have the 2022 ephemeris. This is the 2025 ephemeris that I have. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. In the ephemeris also, you will be able to find the data for all the particular cities and as well as the TOA. But however, in this particular situation, the situation that we have taken up today, this particular birth detail, the place of birth, it is neither there in the, it is in the TOA as well as in the ephemeris. So how you will be proceeding? Now what you need to do is, you have to now figure out, and using the internet, the latitude and the longitude of the particular place. So this I have used Wikipedia, and the latitude of BACHELI is 18 degree 42 minutes north, and the longitude of BACHELI is 81 degree 15 minutes east. So these two details you can easily find from Google search, from the internet. Not a big problem, right? Here it is where typically, if you are not aware, like based on whatever you have learned from my class 68 and from my class 69, this is where you will be now having a trouble. Because LMT correction, you will not be finding it from the book because BACHELI is not given. And the correction for the place, that also you will not be finding from the TOA as well as from the ephemeris, because BACHELI is not present in any of these books. Okay, but now let's pick up the values which are there in the TOA. Now what we need to write in our data bank, the next thing what we are writing is correction for the year 2001, and it is plus 2 minutes and 08 seconds. I'll also do a revision with all of you so that at least you will again revise the steps. Even though I have discussed each and every of these things in the class 68, class 69 of my learning Vedic astrology series. So 2001, the correction for the year 2001. Here if you will go in that is page number 4 of the table of ascendant. For 2001, the correction for the year 2001 will be plus 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So this is what I have written over here, plus 2 minutes and 08 seconds. Ayanamsa correction for 2001, again this also you will be figuring it out from the TOA. So for 2001, the Ayanamsa correction is minus 0 degree and 53 minute. 0 degree 53 minute minus, so this is again what I have written over here, minus 0 degree 53 minutes. So my data bank is almost ready, but LMT correction for place we have not noted it down because it is not present in the TOA and in the ephemeris. So this is what your confusion will be. Now when you have this particular situation in front of you, now how you will be able to calculate the ascendant rising when all the steps whatever we have learned, it will involve the data of these two parameters. So now what you going to do? You have to solve or you have to calculate the LMT correction for BACHELI and the correction for the place which is also BACHELI. You have to do this manually, you have to calculate manually, and I'm going to teach you all in this particular class. I'll try to take, I will try to take a separate video. I'll try to create a separate class on these two topics, separate videos altogether, each for this particular two topics. Whenever I will have time, I'll try to create separate Vedic astrology classes. That as part of my learning Vedic astrology series, I'll try to create those classes and add to the playlist whatever is existing in this particular YouTube channel of mine. Now, the LMT correction. Now, what you need to do is, now the central meridian of India, the standard meridian of India is 82 degree and 30 minutes, right? This is a CMI value. Now, you have to write down the longitude of BACHELI, which is 81 degree and 15 minutes north. But here the north and the south, that is not that we are not focusing on. What we are focusing on is this, the calculation, the numerical value we need to play with. Not play with, we need to work with. So latitude, the longitude is 81 degree 15 minutes. This is what I have written over here, 81 degree 15 minutes. Now what you need to do is find out the difference. This minus this, 82 degree 30 minutes minus 81 degree 15 minutes. What is the value that you are getting? It is 01 degree and 15 minutes. This is the difference. Now what you need to do, you have to multiply 1 degree by 4 and you have to multiply 15 minutes by 4 in order to arrive at the time value of minute and second. So when you are multiplying 1 degree by 4, you are arriving at 4 minutes, and when you are multiplying 15 minutes by 4, you are arriving at 60 seconds. So here the LMT correction will be 4 minutes and 60 seconds, which is 5 minutes and 00 second. Now what will be the sign? Will it be plus or will it be minus? Now here you need to learn that BACHELI is getting located on the west of the central meridian of India, or in other words, the longitude of BACHELI is lesser than the longitude of the central meridian of India. So we say the BACHELI is placed on the west of the CMI. In this particular situation, whenever a particular place is located on the west of the central meridian of India, the value of the LMT correction will be minus. So the LMT correction for BACHELI will be minus 05 minute and 00 second. Alright, now our LMT correction is complete. So what you can do is you can write this particular value over here. I have not written it because I could not write it because I am creating the video after solving the entire astrological problem and calculating the ascendant rising. So I've done the entire thing, worked upon with the entire problem, and then I'm creating the video. So so that's the reason why I could not write it beforehand. Anyway, so the LMT correction is this particular value. Now that is calculated. Now what is the next value that you need to calculate, which is not there present in the TOA and or in the ephemeris? It is the correction for place, which is the sidereal time correction. Correction, or in other words, it is the correction to the Indian sidereal time. This is what is mentioned even in the TOA. I hope you have noted it down. I have even all of these things, it's already been discussed in my previous Vedic astrology classes. So correction for the place is nothing but the correction to the Indian sidereal time. It is very properly, perfectly mentioned in the TOA. Okay, so now how to calculate it? Now what is the first step? Write down again the longitude of the central meridian of India. The central meridian of India, the CMI, the longitude is 82 degree and 30 minutes. Now write down the longitude of the place. Now here in this situation, it is BACHELI. So the longitude of BACHELI is 81 degree and 15 minutes. Now find out the difference. Same thing. Here you also had found out the difference. This minus this. Here also it is this minus this. The difference is 1 degree 15 minute. Now convert this value 1 degree 15 minute in degrees only. Okay, convert this entire value in degree. So it is 1 degree plus 15 divided by 60 degree, which is 1.25 degrees. Now what you need to do, you have to multiply this value of 1.25 degree, multiply this by 0.66 seconds. When you multiply this by 0, and remember this is a universal approach. Whatever will be the difference over here, whatever will be the value of the difference in whatever place that you are calculating, that is the correction for the place, correction to the Indian sidereal time, for whatever place, whatever here will be the value, you have to multiply that by 0.66 seconds. So here in our situation, we are getting the value as 0.825 seconds. Rounding it off, it is 1 second. Now what will be the sign? Will it be plus or minus? Now remember, this is a kind of a memory capsule. If your LMT correction is plus, the sidereal time correction will be minus. If your LMT correction will be minus, your sidereal time correction will be plus. It is just the opposite. So in our situation, the LMT correction is minus. So the sidereal time correction will be plus. So it is plus 1 second. Now we have all the values in place. Our data bank is complete with our calculation that you can see right now in front of your screen. Okay, now whatever are the remaining steps I had already explained in detail in my previous learning Vedic astrology classes. But still, as I had already promised, at the beginning of this video, I will discuss again each and every step, whatever I have solved. It will be as a revision. It will act as a revision for all of you. Okay, now let's do that. The second step will be after our data bank. The next step, in order to find out the ascendant rising, it is finding out the value of LMT from IST. So the time of birth is 1421. Our LMT correction is minus 0.5 minute. So the LMT of birth will be this minus this, which will be 14 hour, 16 minute and 00 second. Now as this particular LMT of birth, it is greater than equal to 12 noon. So we are, in order to find out the value of difference from noon, we are straight away subtracting 12 hours from here. Okay, remember, whenever the value for the LMT of birth was less than 12 noon, what we were doing, I had already discussed this. Let me again revise it with you. First, we were adding 24 hours and then we were subtracting 12 hours. And whenever we added to 24 hours, what happened? I hope you just brush up all of those steps, because I had discussed each and every of those very, very important details, and that too in detail. But again, let's come back to today's particular topic. Okay. So the difference from noon here, this minus 12 hours will be 02 hour, 16 minute and 00 second. Now what is the next step? We are finding out the correction for the increase in time interval, because this is the difference of noon or difference from noon. Now here for 02 hour, what is the correction for the increase in time interval? We are going to the table of Ascendant. We are going to page number 5 here. For 2 hour, what is the value that is given? It is 20 second. So here we are writing plus 20 second under the second label. And for 16 minute, what is the correction for the increase in time interval? For 16 minute, it is 0.3 second. 16, so we will be considering here 18 over here, because 16 is closer to 18. So here the correction for the increase in time interval for 16 minute will be 0.3 second. Now what we are doing? Our increased time interval will be this value plus this value plus this value, which is going to give us 2 hour, 16 minute and 23 second. So this is our A. So now we have found out A. Now let's go and let's find out the next step that we are calculating, that is B. All right. Okay. So the next step is step number 3, because we will be calculating B over here. So the step 3 will be the sidereal time calculation. Again, the first step is the sidereal time at 12 hours noon LMT for 17th October 1900, because 17th October is our date of birth. So again, we are going to the table of ascendant. We are going to page number 3. So 17 October here is, let's go to 17 October. It is 13 hour, 41 minute and 13 seconds. So here we are writing sidereal time at 12 hours noon LMT for 17th October 1900. It is 13 hour, 41 minute, 13 seconds. Exactly what we have noted from the TOA. The next step is correction for the year 2001. We had already calculated just now. It is plus 1 second. Correction for the year 2001. Correction for the year 2001 is plus 2 minute and 0.8 second. So it is, we have written plus 2 minute and 0.8 second. Now the next thing is the correction for the place BACHELI that we have calculated over here. It is plus 1 second. Now what we are doing, we are adding this value and this value, which will be the sidereal time at BACHELI on 17th October 2001 at 12 noon LMT. It will be 13 hour, 43 minute and 22 second. Okay. Now what is the next step? The next step is, this is our B. This value is B. Now we have found out the value of A. Now this is our value of B. Now the next step is A plus B. So we are adding this value to this value. It is 2 hour, 16 minute and 23 second plus 13 hour, 43 minute and 22 second. And we are getting 15 hour, 59 minute and 45 second. This is the value of A plus B. Or I will say, if you want to say it in a particular, sentence, it is the sidereal, this particular value. It is a sidereal time at BACHELI on 17th October 2001 at 14:21 IST. Because whenever we are considering the value of A over here and we are adding to B, so from 12 to LMT, it is getting, converted to 14:21 IST. I have not written it over here, but again you should write it actually. I have not written it actually. I have missed it, but anyway, you know now. Okay. Then the next step is, from the table of ascendant, we are finding out the nearest latitude. This is our final step in order to calculate the ascendant rising. So now what is our latitude of the place? It is 18 degree 42 minute. Now what we need to do? What we were doing, we were again using the table of ascendant, and we are going to that particular page number whose latitude is closest to 18 degree and 42 minute. So here 18 degree and 42 minute. If you come to page number 28 and 29, so both of these two value, 18 degree 31 minute and 19 degree 0 minute, you will find it, both of these two values are closer to our latitude of 18 degree and 42 minute. But then which particular page to take? Is it page number 28 or page number 29? Now here, just subtract the value 18 degree 42 minute. If you subtract, or if you subtract 18 degree 31 minute from 18 degree 42 minute, you are getting 11 minutes. And when you are subtracting 19 degree 0 minute, or you are subtracting 18 degree actually 42 minute from 19 degrees, you are getting 18 minutes. So 11 minutes is shorter than 18 minutes. So you are taking page number 28. I hope you are clear with this. If you want to again if you want me to repeat it, there's no need, because you can just pause the video, or you can rewind a bit and watch that particular section again. Watch the explanation what I had given again. Watch it multiple times if in case you feel, if in case you need that explanation. Otherwise, it's quite clear, because these are the steps we had already learned, we had already discussed in detail in our previous classes. I'm just doing a revision now. Okay, now let's come back to step number 5. So here we want to work with the sidereal time of 15 hour 59 minute and 45 second. So 15 hour 59 minute and 45 second we will be working from page number 28. So what are the two values that we need to work with? First, see 15 hour and 59 minutes, where it is in between. So 15 hour and 59 minutes is between the 16 hour 00 minute and 15 hour 56 minutes. So our topmost value will be 16 hour and 00 minute, and our next value, the bottom value, will be 15 hour 56 minute, because 15 hour 59 minutes will be in between these two values, or I'll say in between these two sidereal times. Okay, I'm sorry, actually there was a mosquito, so I was trying to just make it go away with my moving my legs. I'm so sorry for moving my camera away from the notes. Anyway, okay, now let's come back. So now what we are doing, 16 hour 00 minute, what is that value over here? Ascendant value. So for 16 hour and 00 minute, it is 9 sign past 29 degree 54 minute. So that is what I have written, 9 sign past 29 degree 54 minute for 16 hours. And what is the ascendant for 15 hour 56 minute? 15 hour 56 minute, it is 9 sign past 28 degree and 45 minute. So 9 sign past 28 degree and 45 minute. Now what we are doing? Now we have written our values very properly and very correctly. Now what we are doing is we are simply subtracting, because we need to arrive at the ascendant for 15 hour 59 minute and to 45 second, and we will be arriving at that value from this value whatever we have written over here. Okay, now subtract, first subtract. So here 16 hour 00 minute minus 15 degree 56 minute is 4 minute. So here you are subtracting these two value, this from this, which is 1 degree and 09 minute. So again 4 minute is equal to 69 minute. I am writing 1 degree 09 minute as 69 minutes. So 4 minute is equal to 69 minute. 3 minute will be equal to 69 divided by 4 into 3. Simple ratio and proportion method, which is giving us 51 minute and 45 seconds. So now I have the value of 3 minute, because in order to arrive at 59 minute, 15 hour 59 minute, I need to go ahead by 3 minute from 56. If I want to go to 59, I have to travel by 3 minute. So that is the reason why I'm calculating the value for 3 minute over here. Similarly, now I have to calculate for 45 second. Now 4 minute is equal to 69 minute. So now we are writing it as 4 second is equal to 69 seconds. Now 45 seconds will be again a ratio and proportion method. 45 second will be 69 divided by 4 into 45 seconds, which is 776.25 seconds. which is 12 minute and 56 seconds, rounding it off to that particular value. So now I have the value of 45 seconds also. Now, so I have the value for three different, sidereal times, ascendant value for three different sidereal time. One is 15-hour 56 minute, I have the ascendant value over here. For the sidereal time of 3 minute, I have the ascendant value over here. And for the sidereal time of 45 second, I have the ascendant value of here, over here. Now I need to add this 3. If I add 15-hour 56 minute plus 3 minute plus 45 second, I'm arriving at the sidereal time, what we have calculated in step 4, which is 15-hour 59 minute and 45 seconds. So when I'm adding these 3 values, similarly on the right hand side, whatever value that we had tabulated, those value also we will be adding. So it will be this value plus this value plus this value. This is exactly what I have written over here, if in case that you can see in this particular page. So I've written it down step by step. Ascendant for 15-hour 56 minute is 9 sin past 28 degree 45 minute. Okay, I've written that over here. Ascendant for 3 minute is 51 minute and 45 second. This is what I have written over here. Ascendant for 3 minute is plus 51 minute and 45 second. And then the ascendant for 45 second is 12 minute and 56 seconds. Ascendant for 45 second is plus 12 minute and 56 seconds. So this 3 value you add, this 3 value, when you add these 3 values, you are arriving at the ascendant for 15-hour 59 minute and 45 second, which is exactly what we have calculated over here, is equal to 9 sin past. This is, if you add this 3 value, you will be getting 29 degree 49 minutes and 41 seconds. All right. Now what you need to do? You need to apply the Ayanamsa correction for the year 2001. And what we had found out from the TOA, the Ayanamsa correction for the year 2001 is minus 0 degree and 53 minutes. This is what I have written over here. Minus 0 degree and 53 minutes. So just simplifying the step, it will be easier for me to explain in this particular video. So that is the reason why I have written over here. So 9 sin past 29 degree 49 minute and 41 second. I can write it as 9 sin past 28 degree 109 minutes and 41 seconds minus 0 degree and 53 minutes. So a simple subtraction. You are getting the value as 9 sin past 28 degree 56 minute and 41 second. That is Capricorn, 28 degree 56 minute and 41 second. So this is our ascendant rising that we have beautifully, absolutely very correctly we have calculated for this particular birth detail that you can see right now in front of your screen. So this is what I have written. This is what also you need to write it in your notes. Ascendant rising at BACHELI on 17th October 2001 at 2:21 IST or 2:21 PM IST or 14:21 IST. It is 9 sin past 28 degree 56 minute and 41 second, or you can say Capricorn 28 degree 56 minute and 41 second. So in order to calculate the ascendant rising for this particular birth detail, we had to solve all of these things. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sheets of calculation. This is the hard work that you need to give if you want to accurately calculate anything, any astrological facts and figures. This is again based on this particular situation. when you are calculating the ascendant rising. Okay. So I hope you will be able to utilize this information, this knowledge very brilliantly, very properly in your astrological pursuits whenever you will be analyzing the horoscope. I hope now you will be able to understand that even if in case you find certain place of birth whose details are not there in the TOA or in the ephemeris, then how you can still now, using this, whatever I have taught you today, whatever I have shared as a knowledge, using that those steps, whatever I have taught you, based on that, okay, using that, you will be able to calculate all the details which are required in order to calculate the ascendant rising for any individual, for any birth details. All right. So again, I always make a note, I always give a disclaimer when I'm creating my videos. Okay, these are my personal fear notes, these are my writings, and I always use my own personal fear notes for creating these classes. Okay, so thank you so much for being a part of today's class. I hope this particular video will be of immense use to all of you who are learning astrology, who are going more in depth into the beautiful science and knowledge of Jyotish, Vedic, Hindu astrology. Alright, so thank you so much for being a part of today's video. Like this video, share this video with your network, and subscribe to this YouTube channel of mine. Alright, so thank you. Have a nice day.